Good morning, this is Plum Silver, and this week I did a layout of a zodiac spread early in the week with a general question. Uh, what's the energy? What is my focus? Or I was kind of wanted to open it up to more to other people in general, a group, but I think I'm gonna have to say that it's more my personal attention that got focused on that. Well, actually everybody else too, because we're going to realize what this is draw is all about. I was in the beginning when I had it laid out, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, geez, what am I reading here? Because it was just a general question. It's only yesterday that when I looked at this card, I went, makes sense, because then I realized where my focus was all week, doing some reading and research and listening to other podcasts and other people talking about this subject. Well, right away in the center, see, we got all the houses. Right away in the center, we got the Hierophant, which is actually the card of the law, like justice. So we know it's a case about justice. Now, this house of Gemini is Eight of Sword, and it's about trapping somebody. All right. Right away, these two cards says it all, and then it's a wounded warrior at the top because they're in line together. Okay. Now, the House of Gemini, that's the month of birth of Trump. And right away when I said, I went, and actually, the card looks like him. Or swords is words. They're trying to trap him through the words and the law and the knowledge of the law and the law. There you go. So we're talking about the law. We're talking about Trump. And now we're going to be talking about what's going on at the top. Things are in the works, and then there's a healing aspect here in the House of Cancer. We know at the root of it, it's quite healing, and it's healing for not just him but people here, because we say the House of Virgo here. We've got the 10th of Pentacles. It's family all together. It's like the generosity of everybody. It's everybody's getting affected by it. They're getting affected by their emotions about it, and they're getting affected, as if we look at the card that it crossed, but affected in a good way, because it asks us to sort of stand by and, don't force, don't pull. Let the strength of everything, the law, the justice to go through. So it's calling us to sort of stay still. And I see we're walking away from years, and we all are, but at the same time, through the justice, it's going to get clearer. It's going to get clearer, and we're going to end up seeing it all here in the House of Libra, the Nine of Pentacles. We're going to end up seeing it all. That it was already contained. It's all there. It's just a matter for us through the system, and it's a slow turning wheel here. See, you get the wheel here, so I have to go and look at it here. When I saw two wheels here, I use images when I read zodiac spreads, especially what hits me colorful wise. And this one, I see a wheel of justice really turning things around, and it's actually stirring up in the dark side, because we're in the House of Scorpio, the dark sides of things. And now the creative side, which is in the House of Leo, there's Seven of Swords. So that's a bit of a card. Usually sevens are not negative, but there's a force that's trying to get away with it with words. They're trying to get away with, and then they're sanding, as you see across it, they're sanding it towards this person at the top here, that is a young child here, that has a mentor, or sort of like there's some force behind it that's kind of making sure that everything is sort of working out in a good way. And or like just keep working at it and work with the system. You see, it's like trusting the system here. This is very interesting, because I'm going to show you with some of the Lenormand cards that I put 3 on each houses, how it explains each of them. So I already went through all of these here. So we've got the House of Aries, and that's our ego. And Gemini is about the sort of exchange of words. And so it's an exchange of words through the law. And then it's trying to trap Trump. But as we're moving towards things into the future, that's at the bottom of it. There's a healing. They're trying to get away with it. It's a very creative way of trying to get away with, like, using the justice, but they're sending so much of it towards there. but we have the Trump here across it. He's actually, in a way, a wounded warrior, a very powerful wounded warrior that, you know, look, it doesn't matter. You could keep sending more and more of this energy. It doesn't matter. You know, we're working towards something much more important at the center here. And so I would just want to show you 3 other cards that I do for each of them, for each houses. And I found that was interesting when I had on the House of Harry, because there's a boat here, and I got the boat, the goal, and we're going to recognize the new sets of goals now that are being set in motion, and it's trying to bring us to more of a clarity here. And what in the House of Taurus, what it did actually is it brought us to start learning to trust the system, that the secrets, or that the law, and then you're having that is opening up all these secrets. It's trying to make us trust this, you know, or like the system, but it's using our emotions. And then for Trump card here, you see that we've got the coffin here, and so they're trying to trap him with some kind of legal commitment. They're trying to commit him in a wise way, but the wise people here, because I use this card often. That's my political little Lenormand deck. I use it for political purposes many times in small draw. I call that the white hats because they're wise, you know. And so this kind of a wise way of trying to commit him to this, you know. And actually there is some, it's going to create harmony in some kind of way just by doing this. That's the funny part, because there's a healing card right next to it. Now, that is definitely going to cause a lot of rumors because we got the birds here, but it's towards a change, and it's to sort of like move to a higher grounds, and, you know, it's birthing something. But there's going to be some big obstacles still to go, even if you want all this to heal. And so who's trying to get away with it? Well, I got the scythe and the mice and the house. Okay, see, who's trying to get away with this move is the Democrats, rats here, the demon rats. You see that they're trying to cut this king that they so much love. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get away with this, you know, by using the law. And it's a very political situation. And you see what they're using is how they're affecting the people with their emotions, and how they're going to affect us is they're trying to shed some light on this woman here in the public eye. They're bringing this court case about this woman. It's ridiculous, but you know, it's like, anyway, in politics they like to do that a lot with, you know, like all these sex scandals, and it's silly, but it affects the public. They like that, you know. It's all a form of manipulation, because you're going to see across here there's the fox here, and it's trying to create a manipulation here. Now we're going to expand. You see, we're moving with you see this card here, the House of Aries, and with the House of Libra, they're related because this is the movement on the third plane here, and it's an expansion of what is going to be delivered to us, some more clarity, because it's been very confusing, but it's going to get more confusing. I have a feeling it's going to get more confusing, but it's all contained there, and it's going to confuse everybody a lot more. And then we're going to have to, the public here is going to have to find some strength in the House of Pisces in its own intuition, be more discerning. And that's kind of in a way training us to do this, because as it's shedding light over this woman's situation, we may end up like seeing things in a different eye, because we're going to end up being much more using our intuition, definitely getting stronger. People are starting to be triggered by that, because I mean, to believe that this is not all kind of planned all together, I really believe that, because it's ridiculous, the whole concept of this court thing, you know. Especially it's all towards one person, and it's to an exaggerated way. Now the Wheel of Fortune, and here we have, you see the letter is like a sentence that is trying to give the government is trying to give the sentence to make things turn around, like some kind of justice. That's what they're trying to do. The dark side, they're trying to do this, and they're using our emotion, and they're making us trust this and the system of law. What's written down, you know, and they're using this opportunity. It's basically making us trust us. We have the law, and we're going to take use this opportunity to do this. But it's a gift. It's a gift at the same time. They're giving us this through the justice. They're giving us this because there's a focus here, and then just this colorful here is like say, look here. It's like there's like, this is what at the root of it, and we're gonna go at the root of this wounded warrior. And what is at the root of here is we've got the tree, and we got the cane here, and that's my trump card, because it's affecting our consciousness quite a bit. That it's always been my trump card when I use these cards here. But there's a child, so it's the innocence at the root of it. Is this wounded warrior? It's about his innocence, and this is where it's happening. But he's going to get up, and he'll be fine about this. He's going to get out of this somehow. I don't know what it is. Now that whole thing here, this whole line here, is definitely an humanitarian work that has been worked at. It's an opportunity to create a bit of a battle and an exchange through the law, and it's gonna have to go through a lot of obstacles. But at the top of it, really at the heart of the matter is, you know, as we trust the system and that is in place, the system of law, because it's trying to catch a few rats. And it's in this battle that we're going to see suddenly things turn and be in the chance that it's going to give a chance for us to really see it, the heart of the matter, you know. But there's a battle. It's not over. It's a battle that now is out in the public, definitely for us to see. Now there's the card here in the House of Harmony. Well, the harmony is a little bit split still, but it's a form of manipulation that likes to cause trouble. You see, this manipulation is causing trouble, and they're using in the public this light that they're shedding over this woman here. They're trying to make it, you know, this is what they're using the law for us to see this. And here we have in the House of Pisces, the Strength, and we've got that card, the Man, and we got the Bear, and that's about finance, but also it's this strength, and strength 2 times it's repeating, very overwhelming. But there's a deception, there's a form manipulation that is happening here. So the strength of this is like, let's see how things are going to get twisted, and because he's been deceived, or we think, oh my God, this is a huge deception. Everybody's like, look at that. He's like, you know, but he's holding back there, you know. So we're gonna have to let everything play itself out, because it's at the root of this. This is some kind of justice thing going on. Hopefully you like that, and there you go. That was my draw for this week. Thank you. I hope you enjoy that. Bye.